What's up guys, Skittlerampage here. So today we have big Funko news. We have a ton of animation restocks, Funko getting into NFTs, as well as a ton of new pops. So let's check it out. So before we jump into the video, I do want to tell you about today's video sponsor, Kraken's Collection. In this video, we are talking about Attack on Titan restocks and a few other anime or animation restocks. And if you're looking for safe pre-orders, mint guaranteed shipping, and even international shipping on all kinds of different Funko Pops and other figures, make sure to check out my link down below and use my code SKITTLE10 to save 10%. Alright guys, so we have a lot to go over in this video. First up, I do actually want to talk about NFTs and what they are and what they potentially could be for Funko. Then we'll get into all the restocks going on and things like that in that situation, as well as the new releases and things like that. So for anybody wondering what an NFT is, it essentially, I'm going to do my best to explain this, but for anybody who is more knowledgeable in this, I'm not too knowledgeable on the stock market and everything this entails and things like that, but I got a rough estimate from doing a little research this morning and talking to a few people. NFTs, a rough definition is it's a digital collectible. Essentially, it's kind of like if you play Pokemon, if you play Pokemon Go, you store your Pokemon. It's essentially a digital collectible. It's essentially an online Funko Pop in this case. And it is their value proposition is that they are digitally unique, they exist on a blockchain, and anyone can download them, but there's only one true owner. Anybody can have the pop, your pop signed, and they could just go ahead and sign it the same as a signature. But as long as you have that certificate of authentication, then you have that, and that's basically it. So it can be a piece of art, it can be music, a song, anything like that. And you could screenshot that piece of art, but it won't be worth as much as the original. So any reproductions or things like that won't be worth as much as the original because it has that NFT attached to it. Like I said, that is a rough estimate, but we're going to go over a little bit. So Funko did put out an article on Yahoo Finance that I actually wanted to read to you guys really quick for those who are interested in this. And for those who aren't interested but want to understand what it is, it can be a good or bad thing for Funko. You know, Brian, I want to finish on one, if I can, kind of about flavor of the moment, which is what's happening with NFTs and, you know, the art world and all this kind of stuff. I'm just curious how you're thinking about that, either as a business or just personally as someone who is, you know, certainly creative and sees these trends kind of crop up from time to time. And I'm just curious, you know, kind of where your head is at with this or with that kind of stuff. Brian Mariotti. We're excited about it, and we have a plan in place. We have some technology in place. We are going to be out in the market fairly soon, but we're going to be out in the market in a very different way. So they want to take a different approach. Basically, with an NFT, you typically don't get into these, is what I was reading, basically, is you don't get into these for value, because what you buy is only what it's worth or what somebody's willing to pay for that item. So typically it's not, you could make a little bit of money, but don't go into it, I guess, trying to trade like GameStop or something and trying to hit it big, or like the lottery is what most people suggest. I'm not suggesting anything. I'm not saying get into this or whatever. I'm just speaking on it. We have the ability to disrupt this space in a way that nobody else is doing right now. We can tie digital NFTs to our fan base and link entities with physical products. He's very vague on this as well as to what they're going to do, but based off his definition, it seems like instead of it just being solely digitally, they want to actually tie these NFTs to physical products, aka their pops. But essentially what I'm getting from this is, and the best way they could do it, is that when they have, like, for example, limited Comic-Con runs and they charge $15 for those con exclusive pops, if they attach an NFT to this item and sell it for 1,000 pieces, or sell that NFT to only 1,000 pieces of that pop and physically send you out that product, then you also have this, you know, certification that only you have this item, and it's essentially like, yes, this product is 100% real, and it adds to it because more people are going to want it because it has that NFT tied to it. That makes sense. So essentially it's a way to make collectibles more valuable, and also a way for them to charge more. Instead of charging $15, they can add an NFT to it and maybe charge $50 for a regular, you know, 4-inch size pop. Like I said, it's a rough estimate, but instead of $15, they can make an extra $35 on top of that, attaching that NFT. And it's a way to because, I mean, it doesn't guarantee that your item will hold value, but as long as there's a buyer and somebody wants it, they'll potentially pay more, and you can price it at whatever you want, and you can also trade it or whatever. But I think it's a way to generate more revenue for the company, as well as the longevity, and add something new and unique, and make the shareholders happy, essentially, in the long road, and raise the stock of their price, thus making more money. So if they were to do it with only limited runs, it would make sense. You know, it really would, attaching NFTs to like 1,000-piece runs, 500-piece runs, maybe even 3,000-piece runs, but that's still a pretty big run. Now, one thing I did want to mention is this really is dependent on the direction they go with it, kind of. And this could be, are they only going to go digital from now on? Are they only going to be selling NFTs with pops attached to them? Or are, you know, if they only go digital, if they decide to not go digital, then this could be good. But if they only go digital, this could raise the price of our pops, you know, because if they're no longer making physical pops anymore and they only want to make them digital, it's cheaper, but you also get out of the physical collecting factor and displaying factor and things like that. So the physical collectors versus the virtual collectors, essentially. But it could make these worth more because they're no longer being produced if Funko goes completely digital. But if they do just limited runs and attach NFTs to them, these could still go up in value depending on, it's very dependent on how they go about this, I guess. If they mass release it, like if they decide to put NFTs on everything, then I don't really see that going well, because it's already not going well. You know, they're already, all these items, like all these random lines that Funko keeps doing that nobody's really buying. It's like, cool, you know, you made pops from this really old movie, but there's not enough people buying those pops for it to make sense to even get that license or even do that license in the first place. It just doesn't make sense. There's not enough buyers. And then you just end up with all this back stock and things like that you can't sell. But to read the rest of the article, actually, it says physical entities, physical products, and that's not happening right now. So for example, we had a pack of NFTs. I won't mention licenses right now, and there's a few rare ones. If you have those rare ones, we're going to give you a free product that's tied to the rare, or that rare NFT, which means you have a super rare physical product that ties to your super rare NFT. That's disruptive, that's new, it's different, and it's only what Funko can do. That's not entirely true, because other companies could do the same thing with their products, but I mean, I don't know exactly what he's talking about. It's not only something Funko could do, because they're a collectible company, and any other collectible company could do the same thing. So that's entirely untrue. But like he just said, is, you know, the point I just made is that we're going to give you a free product that's tied to that rare NFT. So they're selling you the NFT, but they're going to give you a free pop. I guess that's what he's saying. That's like a loose definition of what he's saying, because he's very vague on what they're actually going to do. I don't know if they'll even tie these to pops, or they'll tie it to vinyls or sodas or whatever line they want to put it on. Essentially, yes, they're selling you the NFT. They're selling you the digital copy of this item, and then sending you a physical copy that also has a digital copy. So it's just worth more, basically. So it's a good thing for value collectors, anybody who's interested in this, but if you don't fully understand it, I don't recommend getting into it, and I fully don't understand it, so I mean, I'll probably look more into it, but I don't know if I'll fully get into it. So I gave you guys a very rough, loose definition of NFTs and what Funko potentially might do with this, and different angles they could go at it. I think the best angle is just to do limited runs and, you know, make it more, because this just really goes after value collectors at the end of the day. It really does. It's cool to see them kind of paying attention to that market, which is interesting. I don't know though. It's very interesting. So when I get more information, I'll definitely talk about it in a future Funko news, but it's something I wanted to bring up in this news, or in this Funko news, because it's very interesting. So again, anybody who's more knowledgeable on the subject, if I mentioned anything wrong or things like that, you can correct me down below. But I feel like I gave a loose, good but rough definition of what an NFT is and what Funko could potentially do with it. Let's move on though. One thing I do want to talk about now is all of the Funko Pop restocks going on. Absolutely crazy. The other day we had Attack on Titan restock. So we had female Titan restock. I originally did think that she actually, I thought she was vaulted, but she was not actually vaulted. Her and the rest of these commons are not actually vaulted. So we got Hanji, Irwin, Kenny, Krista, aka Historia, and we also have Amir. Now all of these characters are up for pre-order. Like I said, you can hit my link down below. You can hit Kraken's collection and check that out. But this is a very, very interesting thing. We also have a ton of One Piece pops that are, restocking. We got Sanji, Usopp, Nami, Chopper, Ace, Luffy, Nico Robin, Doflamingo, and Frankie. All of these restocking as well. Anakin Skywalker was a really, really big, annoying one for a lot of Star Wars collectors. Because some people paid $80 to $100 for this pop, and then it just got restocked because it said it was vaulted on the app, and then they unvaulted it, made it available, and then revaulted it again. And I'm like, what is the point of even having the vaulting if you're going to take it out of the vault? It defeats the purpose. To me, it defeats the purpose of even having a vaulted section, because what is the point if you're just going to take it out? Why even? Because, there's the words vaulted and unvaulted, but what is the point? It defeats the point entirely. You might as well never vault any items and just continue producing everything. It makes no sense. It really doesn't. And I don't even care about value in this situation, because none of those pops, I paid retail for all those pops, so this really doesn't affect me at all. Personally, it just doesn't make sense to unvault something. It doesn't. It really doesn't. It's cool for it to, most people, for it to be available to those people, but that's not always the case. You can't always get everything you want. And that's what makes collecting fun sometimes, because it's the chase. It's the hunt for these items. Like recently with all the Hot Topic restocks, Aang Chase. Well, that's cool. I'm happy to get an Aang Chase. They've restocked that thing within the last year and a half, like probably 10 times by now. That's ridiculous. That's a lot, so it's crazy. I'm happy to get it for retail, but also at the end of the day, that's a lot of restocking of an item. We also had the GameStop restocks as well. We had Kakashi restock recently. We had Naruto versus Sasuke, the Kakashi Ramen Bowl bundle. Naruto versus Sasuke restock. So there's just so many different restocks going on within the last week. We had a few different ones as well. We had like Fairy Tail. We had, what was the other one? We had a bunch of the Inuyasha pops restock. We had some Voltron bundles going out. Just a lot, a lot of different restocks going on. And as long as they're not vaulted, do whatever you want. But if they're vaulted, just leave them alone at this point. Some of these have been vaulted for a while now, and they just take them out of the vault, or they'll reproduce them. Or, I don't know, I really don't know what the issue is with this one, whether it's a new stock, are they going to make a new box for it? Like, Funko could easily differentiate this just by making a new box color for it, like they do with some of the Star Wars pops. One's black, one's blue, and you know which one's the OG, so the OG keeps value, but also a bunch of other people can actually get this pop for retail as well. So that's like a happy medium. If they did that with everything, it would make more sense. But anyways, so that's all the restocks. If you guys want to check some of them out, make sure to check out my link down below. But yeah, just so everybody knows on the restock, because a lot of people wanted me to talk about that situation. I might do a full in-depth video talking about it again, because a lot of people seem to be asking me, a lot of people seem to be confused on what's going on. Now, moving on to some of our new Funko Pops coming soon, we have the first one, Sorcerer Mickey from Fantasia. So some of these images come from Disc Pops on Instagram. So we have a Diamond Collection Sorcerer Mickey Funko Shop exclusive coming soon. Just another, variant, nothing too crazy, but a lot of people are going to want this one just because it's a Diamond Mickey. Everybody's going to want it. But very interesting pop. I think it looks cool. It definitely makes sense to make a Diamond collection, so I like it. We also have rumors of a Static Shock pop coming soon. So many people are excited for this. This is awesome. It is streaming on HBO, I read somewhere, so if you are looking for somewhere to watch it, it's probably streaming elsewhere as well, but HBO is a good example if you have it because of Justice League Snyder Cut and things like that. But Static Shock, a really, really sweet pop coming. Obi-Wan Kenobi with the pin, as well as Qui-Gon Jinn from Star Wars Amazon exclusives. They both did go up, went out of stock, restocked a couple times. Qui-Gon is currently on back order. I believe Obi-Wan is currently unavailable. So you can still order Qui-Gon, you'll just get it a little later. I actually do have Qui-Gon right here. I ordered one, just for the heck of it, to review for you guys soon, so stay tuned on this one. But really, really cool pop. We also have Jungle Cruise Mickey here, which is really neat. So this one's kind of a variant. They do have another one out currently, I believe, and this should be a Disney Park exclusive for anybody wondering, so shouldn't be too crazy hard to get. I don't really see this one selling out like crazy. Funko actually did reveal the original series Star Trek line again, with all the exclusives and the rest of the pops. So we have the Funko Shop exclusive Spock holding cat, we have Kirk in the chair, I don't know what that creature is, the Target exclusive, and then a few other characters as well. Just a really cool line. I know someone who's really excited about this line, so I'm happy they're going to get it. Moving on, guys, we also do have Mortal Kombat here. In theaters April 16th, 2021. So they have a glow-in-the-dark Entertainment Earth exclusive that did go live for Sub-Zero, as well as a Walmart exclusive Scorpion in a kneeling action pose. We also have a chase variant for the Scorpion, and then a few of the other characters in here as well. We do have new Marvel Mech Strike. So we have a ton in this line, guys. We have Captain America, we have Captain Marvel, Black Panther. I kind of like how Black Panther looks. We have Thor, Hulk, and Doctor Strange. This is a lot. Like, I don't love these, but I also don't hate them at the same time, I guess. Like, I don't love them, but I don't hate them. I guess they're definitely better than the Lucha Libre line. Oh my god. Some of them look cool, but it's a very, very interesting concept. We also have a Walmart exclusive Venom one, as well as a 10-inch Captain America, and even a Thor mech suit shirt, which is really cool. I believe also a Walmart exclusive. All of these are Walmart exclusives, excuse me. And then we also have a glow-in-the-dark set, variants, FYE exclusive Captain America, Funko Shop exclusive Hulk, which people will grab just because it's a Funko Shop exclusive, and then also a glow-in-the-dark Target Panther, or Black Panther, which is really neat as well. So, I'm indifferent about these. Like I said, I don't hate them, but I also don't necessarily like them at the same time. But very, very interesting indeed. So, that was your latest Funko news. We talked about NFTs, we talked about the AOT restocks and everything else. A lot going on in the Funko world right now. NFTs are very interesting, but I recommend you just do your own research and look into them more if you guys are interested in that. It definitely has an interesting aspect to it, and I want to look more into it. Restocks are kind of crazy, but as long as they're not restocking vaulted pops or unvaulting vaulted pops, I'm fine with it. Do what you're going to do, make the money. I want the longevity of the company at the end of the day. And then all the new pops, really cool. So comment down below if anything in this video was helpful to you or useful or interesting. Please leave a like down below and subscribe and click that notification bell for more news in the future, as well as more reviews, unboxing, and things like that. I'd love to have you around. Lastly, I want to say a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. You guys are truly amazing for supporting me and my channel and everything I want to do. So again, huge shout out to you guys. If you want to check out the Patreon, the link is always down below. I also want to tell you guys to make sure to check out the Facebook group, Buy, Sell, and Trade, and you can make a ton of friends. Very safe and fun environment, and just overall really, really cool collecting group. And lastly, again, make sure to follow my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all at Skittlerampage. Alright, I love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye!